Hey everyone, so we're in the middle of this unit for relations and functions, and this video is about writing equations given like different scenarios. Alright, so the two big scenarios are, hold up, wait a minute, I don't have my highlighter ready. Alright, is if you have a point, okay, and x and y, so you have like a number, like an ordered pair, a number comma a number, okay, and they give you the slope, okay, the slope, so you're missing the b. You're missing this guy right here. Okay. So these are the steps. If you're a step person, I'm a step person. I like to follow the steps, and then once I've done the problem a few times, I know what to do. And then the other thing is, if you're just given 2 points, 2 set of ordered pairs, then you find the slope, which is m. Then you use the slope and either of the points to find the y-intercept. And then you substitute it back into y equals mx plus b. All right, a couple of things. Y equals mx plus b. All right, this guy is the slope. He will be a number, normally a fraction, 3 over 2, 1 over 4, negative 5. Okay, negative 5 can be changed into a fraction by negative 5 over 1. Okay, this is the y-intercept. That's why it's called slope-intercept. Okay, and then y and x, just stay y and x when you're done with the equation, because that's just an ordered pair anywhere on the line. Okay, and slope-intercept form is the most common one. There's other guys. There's standard form and point slope, but slope-intercept form is where it's at. All right, so here, let's do one. All right, remember, when there's a 0 where the x is, okay, when there's a 0 where the x is, this guy is the y-intercept. Okay, and then y equals mx plus b. That's the y-intercept. Okay, so if there's a 0 where the x is, that means 3 is the y-intercept. So I can just substitute it in the spot where the x is, where the b is, I'm so sorry. And then slope, that's 4. So that's my answer. Y equals 4x plus 3. That's for real, all there is to it. I could have, or this question could have been asked like, if slope is 4 and y-intercept is 3, write the equation. Okay, and it's the same answer. So you can ask the question a couple different ways. Let's do another one that's a little harder. Okay, now we have a point. So slope is m. Okay, the 1 is an x and the negative 5 is a y. And so we have y equals mx plus b. Okay, so where m is, I'm going to put a negative 3. Where x is, I'm going to put a 1. We don't know b. And where y is, I'm going to put a negative 5. Because the whole point is I need to find out what m is, and I need to find out what b is. And then substitute it back. All right, so negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Then I need to add 3 to both sides. So I get negative 2 is b. Okay, so I have my slope. I have my y-intercept, so I'm going to say y equals my slope, x, plus b. So you can write it as negative 3x, negative 2. I don't care which way you write it. Either way is fine. Let's do another one. Okay, because sometimes we don't have slope. We have to figure out slope. So when we don't have slope, we have 2 points. We know how to find slope. Okay, this is the first set. Okay, and then our formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I don't expect you to memorize that. Okay, And so I'm just going to substitute those numbers. Y2 is 10, minus sign, Y1 is 2, X2 is 5, X1 is 1. I'm going to pause it because I have to sneeze. Sorry, I sneezed really loudly, so I wanted to spare you. Okay, so 10 minus 2 is 8, 5 minus 1 is 4. And we know 8 divided by 4 is 2, so that's my slope. 2 is slope. Okay, but in order to find my equation in slope-intercept form, I need y equals m. So I need the m, I just found that. Okay, x plus, and I need the b. Okay, it doesn't matter what point we choose. I'm just going to pick the first one because it's first and the numbers are smaller. So y is 2, m is 2, I'm over here. The 2 of the y is from right there. X is 1, and we don't know b. Oh, alright, so we get 2 equals 2 times 1 is 2 plus b. I'm going to subtract this 2. So I get, well, I get b is 0. Look at that. Alright, so I have my m and my b. So my m is 2 and my b is 0. So I'm going to write y equals 2x plus 0. So I really just have to write y equals 2x. Right, there we go. Because y-intercept was 0, which means it's at 0, 0, the origin. It's right where the x and y axis, intersect. Alright, a vertical line. So remember, a vertical line is like this, up and down. A vertical line is right here, and those are on the x-axis, and the number that the x equals right here is 8. That's all there is to it. There's no sneakiness later. Also, kind of remember slope, just reminding you that the slope of a vertical line is undefined. All right, what about a horizontal line? All right, so horizontal lines look like this. Okay, they cross here, and when they cross right there, that's at the y-axis. All right, and the number that y equals is 5. And just to remember, the slope of a horizontal line is 0. So we could say, if we wanted to, y equals 0x plus 5. We don't have to. We could just say y equals 5. I'm just letting you know. All right, let's only look, this one, I only want you to look at this line right here, okay? Because we're just doing linear equations and functions. So this line right here has got points all over it, and we need to find the equation. We want to look really carefully and see if there's a y-intercept. Because if there's a y-intercept, if there's a b, remember, because the y-intercept is the b, then we don't have to go and find it, okay? All we have to do right now is find that slope. Okay, so the slope, we don't know the slope. We can find the slope in maybe by like counting, or we can just pick 2 points. I'm just going to pick this point and this point, and we can use the formula. Right, so the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, and this right here is -4, 0, and that right there is 0, -4. I'm going to call this guy the first one. This one the first one. I'm going to call this one the second one. Alright, so y2 is -4. Y1 is 0. X2 is 0. X1 is -4. Alright, so minus a negative is the same as plus a positive. So what I really have is -4 over 4, which is -1. So it's negative y equals -x plus 4. So you could write, if you wanted to, y equals -1x. minus 4. I think I accidentally said it wrong a few seconds ago. You could write that -1 if you wanted to, but when it's a 1 coefficient, you don't really. You just leave it as a there. So it's negative x minus 4. It's minus 4 because what? It's minus 4 because of that y-intersection. Y-intercept right there. All right, let's do another one. All right, so we have this line, and we don't know exactly. We don't know what that is right there. It could be 2.75, it could be 2.8, it could be 2.821. I don't know what that is. But because we don't know exactly what it is, okay, we're going to use this point and this point to find the slope, and then we'll use one of the points to find the y-intercept. Okay, so slope is this guy. All right, the coordinate of that is 3, 5, and this guy is -1, 2. We'll call him x1, y1, x2, y2. I only did it that way because this point comes first, like left or right. It doesn't matter otherwise. So y2 is 5, y1 is 2, x2 is 3, x1 is -1. The rule is minus and negative is the same as plus and positive. So 5 minus 2 is 3. -3 plus 1, -2. Right, so our slope is -3/2. Okay, so we have y equals slope-intercept form of x plus b. Okay, I'm going to use him just because he's smaller and first. So the y value is 2. The m is -3/2. The x is -1, and we don't know b. So 2 equals +3/2, because a -1 times a negative is a positive, plus b. I need to subtract 3/2 on both sides. So in your calculator, do 2 minus 3/2. Okay, and so your calculator should tell you 1/2, because 3/2 is 1.5. So I get 1/2 equals b. So I have my y-intercept here and my slope here. Remember, that's negative. So I have y equals -1/2 x plus 1/2. Leave it either all fraction or all decimal. Alright, so that's pretty much the basics on graphing lines. Go do some practice problems. Talk to y'all later. Bye.